So this is an introduction to using the Alitsy platform to make a claim for an air conditioning install. You should have already received your login to Alitsy. If you haven't received that, let us know and we'll organise that for you. But when you open up Alitsy for the first time, this is what you're going to see in front of you. You've got three options: customers, quick quotes, or installations. Now when you're first starting, just use this installations section over here. When you've got a new job, just hit new, and when you're searching for an existing job, just use that search function there. So we're going to register a new job, so we hit new, and it comes up with this information here under a new quick installation. Currently we can only use the platform to do here jobs, which is for either residential or small business. We will be able to add iHeab for commercial projects on this platform shortly. We'll let you know when we can do that, and we'll update the video for that. So for this example, we're just going to use a residential job. So what you do, you come into the new quick installations, you hit residential, and then it's asking you for pretty basic information, all your customers' details. So you scroll down here, we're looking for address, contact, email address, contact phone number, description. Under the scheme down here, you click on that, select HEER. That'll be your only option for doing an air conditioner in New South Wales. It'll then ask for your installer, electrician. Your name should be in that box, or the installer that you've nominated. But we'll go in, we'll make a test job. Let's call it, give it an address, 100 Main Road, Sydney, 2000. Oh, sorry, New South Wales, 2000. Primary contact can be me. Okay, now selecting HEER under the scheme, we'll use one of the guys from the office as our installer, Zutkash. Commencement date, let's say you're doing the job on Friday, select Friday, don't worry about a commencement time, and just hit assign. Now what that does, that creates your job. You've got an installation number up the top here, 4255. You've got this big pink bar across the top requesting that you get your customer to sign a nomination form before the job is done. Now this is an absolute essential. If you forget to do this, we can't make a claim. So that's there until you get that signature. But the first thing you want to do is to scroll down below all your customers' details there, and you'll see this section where it says upgrade products. Click on add new item, and then in this drop down box here you select the air conditioner that you're installing. If you're doing multiple installs, you can select the different air conditioners, but let's just select, let's just find one here, select this one here. Original equipment, it'll ask you whether it's a new install or you're replacing an existing system. Let's say you're replacing an existing. The quantity you're installing, let's say 1. Don't worry about the price per unit, we don't need that, just that's all the information we need, and just hit add item. Right, so what that's done now is change the information up here and created a new box here where it's asking for your refrigeration mechanic. So you go into that box and you select your name from that list, or your installer's name. So we'll use someone else from the office. Oh, he's not even in there. Let's have a look. There we go. We'll use Simon as the refrigeration mechanic, and there's your job created. We then need to get that signature, signature from your customer. So you come across the top here into the sign tab, click on that, and there's your the nomination form. If your customer's with you, they can just sign in that box. Now, if your customer's not with you, you've got the option of either hitting sign via email or sign via SMS. Now, as you scroll down, this is the second signature we need from your customer. There are two parts to the process. One's the nomination form, which is the one we need up front, but we do need those two boxes completed. So let's say your customer's with you, they sign in this box and this box. They don't look too alike, but there you go. So that's basically all you need to set up the job. You've got your customer's details, you've got your equipment that you're installing, you've stated what you're replacing, you've put your name in this newly created box as the refrigeration mechanic, you've come into the sign tab, you've had your customer sign in both the nomination form and the second box, and now the job's ready to go. Just a couple of things to note. When your customer signs the nomination form, you need to explain what they're signing. So what they're actually signing, they're authorising us to claim a rebate from the energy savings on that job. So all these jobs that we do are subject to audit. Your customer might get a phone call asking whether they did sign that form or if they know what they signed. So just explain to them that that's allowing us to claim a rebate, and they're obviously seeing the benefit of that in the form of a discount on your tax invoice. So now it's time to do the installation. You've entered all your information on Alitsy, registered your project, got your signatures, entered in your product details, and now you've come to site and you're ready to do the job. So you log back into Alitsy, come into the installation section again, except this time you hit search. So click on search, and it's still got it in there, but the job number was 4255. So we've got 4255 in there, we hit enter, and that brings up that job. So there's my name, there's the air conditioner we're installing. We just come into the sign tab again, just double check that you've got your signatures in there, which you do have. Now, when you're actually doing the install, when you get to site, you need to upload this evidence. Now, if you go into the Files tab, the program will show you what we need based on what you entered as the product you're installing and whether it's a replacement or a new install. So it's asking here for a wide geotagged photo showing each existing equipment installed at site. Now what you can do, you can hit browse in this little button here, upload, and you can just copy a photo across from your file system. Or what you can do is hit capture, and as long as you've got your location settings turned on your phone or tablet, you can take the photo from within the platform and upload it. It's generally safer to use an app like GPS map camera, or there are several apps available where it puts a location across the bottom of your photo. It's an important thing that you need to have on your photos. You need to have that location. So if you don't have the location settings on and you just take a photo, it's going to cause issues when it comes to getting the job approved. So you've added your existing equipment installed. Now that would be a photo of the old unit, both internal and external. So when you're taking your photos of the old or the existing equipment, we need both the internal unit and the external unit. So take some photos, step back a bit, give us a bit of an area shot so that we can see where it is. Then you can go ahead and remove the old equipment. It then asks you, it's got the model number of the model you're installing, a geotagged photo of each upgrade unit showing the nameplate, make, model and serial number. So again, make sure it's a clear photo. Check your photo. If it's blurry or unreadable, it's no good. Make sure you've got your location settings on, or you're using an app. As I say, GPS map camera is an easy one to use. Get us a clear photo that we can read. Again, internal and external. Your next photo's a geotagged photo of each upgrade unit in location. So step back, photograph the new units, nice and clear, probably in the same spot as where the old unit was. And then again, easy for us to see, make sure it's clear, make sure you get your location on. Now, what we need to do with the old unit, we need to capture the refrigerant and get a photo of you actually reclaiming it. So if you've got a photo there with your bottle connected, capturing the refrigerant, step back again, same thing, take the photo and make sure that that's part of your evidence. Alternatively, you could recycle the refrigerant and get us a receipt from the place where you get it recycled. In the instance of a new installation, where you don't have an old one, we do need 2 photos of the empty space prior to doing the installation. So the internal wall and the outside area where you're going to install the unit, and try and get it in the same angle as where you take the photo after you've installed it. So it's pretty easy for us to see that that's the location, the same spot where it's gone. So you've finished everything you need to do at site. You've taken all your photos, which are uploaded to Alitsy. Now you need to do the final bit of the paperwork. If your job requires new electrical circuits or significant electrical work, you will need a CCEW from your electrician to upload. If not, if it's a changeover or something that you can do, your air conditioning or refrigeration mechanic can do under his own licence, then we don't need that CCEW. But we do need a copy of the tax invoice that you've sent to your customer. Now, the tax invoice either needs to be dated on the date of the install, or it needs to have the install date clearly written on it. You also need on the tax invoice the amount paid for the job, and also the benefit to the customer, the discount that they're receiving for the rebate that you're getting on the job. You then also need payment evidence, and you can't just use the tax invoice and write paid on the bottom. We need a sales ledger, a copy of a bank statement, or something just showing that job's been paid for. If you're using Xero or MYOB or one of the main accounting packages, it's easy to get a sales ledger and just shows that there's a nil balance. So once you've uploaded your tax invoice, your payment evidence, all your photos from the job, your before and after, you're capturing the refrigerant, you then come into the sign tab again in here, and below your customer signatures, it's asking for your installer or your electrician signature and the refrigeration mechanic signature. Now, if you didn't use an electrician, you just installed the job yourself, or you used the air conditioning contractor was all that was required, that contractor can just sign both these boxes here and here, and then when you're done, you hit I am done, and that will submit the job through to our QA team for assessment. What we're also going to supply you is a checklist so that you can go through and easily see what it is that you need on each site, something you can put in your truck and easily reference. Now, a lot of these things we've already got, for instance, your contractor's licence, public liability. So there's a section here that just talks about Alitsy and just a checklist of what you need, just making sure your photos are geotagged, that you got the before photos, the after photos, your compliance certificate if required, evidence of payment, etc. But I just wanted to run through some sample photos here. So this is for a new install. You can see there you've got the photo 1 space prior to the installation, photo 2 after the installation with a close-up of the compliance plate, and nice and easy to read, not too close, just making it as easy as you can for someone sitting at a desk having a look at your job. Then for your indoor, same thing, empty space prior, clearly see the installation and the compliance plate, so really straightforward. Example we've got here is for a replacement. Now you can see here the old unit. Now they've taken a photo with a bit of depth, so you can see what's happened. They've actually removed the old unit from on top of the roof there, and the replacement has gone down on the ground. So just to give us an idea, so it's easy for somebody looking at it that's never seen the job before, looking at your photos, they can see what's happened. But this will be a more standard one if we scroll down a bit further here. So photo 1, you've got your old compressor, Photo 2, there's the new. Photo 3, you've got your compliance plate. And then photo 4, you've got your capturing your refrigerant from your old unit. So that's all really clear. Nice photos that give us a bit of perspective and let us see what the area and the surrounds. And then for the internal unit, the same. You've got a photo of the old unit, a photo of the new unit, and a photo of the new compliance plate. So it's all pretty straightforward. As I say, just try and let your pictures tell the story. One other thing we will need in your photo evidence to claim peak reduction certificates is a photo of the meter. You can get a photo. We don't need the distribution box. We want the meter itself, which should have an NMI on it. If you can't get a photo of the meter for some reason, then we'll need a copy of an electricity bill. We just need to provide evidence that the place where you're doing the install is connected to the electricity grid in New South Wales. So what we don't need is a photo of the distribution board or the switchboard. That doesn't show us anything. We need the meter itself. And then down the bottom here, we've just got some samples of photos that are difficult for us to see. So it could be too close to what we're looking at. Well, there's a before and an after, if you look top and bottom. But it's very close. Step back a bit and it makes it easier for everybody. And same thing there with the internal. It's just too close. Step back, give us a shot of the room. You don't need to get a photo that just shows the air conditioner. And that's it. It's really straightforward. Just pay some attention to your photos. If we get good photos, good evidence, you upload everything we need as far as your tax invoice and your payment evidence. You make sure your nomination form's signed. You add the product that you're going to be installing. Your jobs will pass quickly. You'll get paid quickly, and it won't drag on. If there's issues, we can't read your photos of your compliance plates, or you forget to upload tax invoices or whatever it might be, you'll get requests for more information. We'll have to go back and maybe go back to site or upload further evidence to get the job passed. Another thing too, if there's something unusual about the job, you'll see a section here for notes. You can make a note. You can add a new note in here. Let's say the model number air conditioner that you're installing isn't in the drop-down list, for instance. You can put a note in there saying that this is the model that you're installing, and you can just select any model air conditioner from the drop-down list. And when our QA team see that, they'll understand why the photos are different than what's in the box, and we can also add that product to the drop-down list for next time. Now, if there is a problem with the job, you'll receive a notification from our QA team, and you'll see in the tasks section here, there'll be a task or a request for information. It might be that a photo's unclear, tax invoice is wrong, the wrong photo, or something that you need to rectify. So you'll receive an email, come into the tasks, complete the task, whatever it might be, and then you'll have to go back into the sign tab again once you've done that, and then down the bottom again and hit the I am done button and resend it back to our QA team for checking.